That's what it said there?
That's what machine
Oh,
is.
fuck. So you have to wait too then. She was like, you're gonna make this flight, you're not gonna make your second flight. So that's why they're not gonna give you an option anymore. High probability that you're gonna miss the second flight. Like that stuff is going to eat me up. I'm gonna start feeling, just finding reasons to be more stressed.
If I need to sleep in the airport, it is what it is. That'll be a cool story. Slept on the airport, came to the show, won a pro card. I'm shaking right now, I swear. I've started shaking. I was perfectly calm, bro, and now like my stress levels are going to go up to absolute roof. Okay, I think we are ready to roll. Welcome to the new video. You already saw some clips, and I'm gonna try to keep this video brief as possible because the things that happened before the show, I feel like a movie can be written about it, and it is really, really difficult to explain what actually happened 2 days and 1 day out of my last show that you watched. This is pretty much the last episode of that show. I have some news in the end of the video. Are we doing another shows? Are the episodes continue? So I will say that at the end of this video as well as a recap of the show. But I do want to touch up on the things that happened 2 days and 1 day before the shows, which is the most important 2 days for any competitor or athlete stepping on that stage. And pretty much those 2 days are when we are supposed to start carving up even harder, when we are supposed to be already in our place, in our hotel rooms, in our Airbnbs, and pretty much just relax and try not to stress at all, just to flush the water out and everything, and no flights, no drives, anything like that, because that's also stress. Also flight holds the water when it comes to the show, so it's really difficult to manage and manipulate the right peak stepping on stage if you are not at least 2 days out already settled, because cardio is excluded, workouts are excluded, so your only job pretty much is to relax and eat the food and properly carb up. Well, for me it didn't go as planned, so we were supposed to have flights 2 days out of my show. We were supposed to have it around 3 p.m. and be pretty much in Charleston around, I think, 7 p.m. which was still pretty good because we will literally go straight to the hotel. I will eat my last meal, check in with Alex, and pretty much go to bed. And then next day, in the evening, thankfully, 7 p.m., we had a tanning and everything. So for Thursday, the only obligations for me was check-ins and tanning. So that's why we wanted to come earlier, just to have a full Thursday, pretty much to carb up. Because if you watch my videos, the plan was to have at least 1,000 grams of carbs. And quite a bit of a dirtier food, I will say, to fill me up more, trying to test, as Alex said, risk it for the biscuit, you know, and that was the whole plan. Unfortunately, plan needed to change due to the circumstances, and that happened 2 days out and 1 day out. And what happened, we came at the airport even later because we already started getting notifications on our phones that the flight is delayed from 3 to 3:45. Then we wanted to leave, but it was delayed from 3:45 to 4:15. So we were just like, okay, let's go to the airport and chill there because I need to eat my meals. Everything was prepared. I prepared my meals. Luggage was prepared, right? So we went there and we ended up seeing a lot of people at the same row waiting for this on the same line that we are supposed to wait, right? The reason of that being there was no direct flights to Charleston from Tampa. It was from Tampa to Charlotte and then to Charleston. So all of those people are pretty much saying that if the flights are being delayed for the first flight, they don't want to fly because they don't want to get stuck in Charlotte, right? Because our connecting flight there didn't change the time. It was still leaving at the same time. So we were already really close to not getting on that second airplane. And that for me was the worst nightmare, just being in Charlotte and no place to sleep, nothing planned and everything. So Alex pretty much didn't want to send his luggage because we didn't know what's going to happen. And all those people were planning the same. So we were waiting on the airport for like at least 2 hours until we finally get to the road to like ask if it's going to fly or no. They said it should fly. How it looks like right now, it might be postponed a little bit more, but the second flight is 100% flying. And if we don't make that one, they're going to connect us in a second one. So I said, okay, Alex, I know you're in a peak week. Alex is competing. Probably when you watch this, either competed or you're just going to step on stage. So I said also, but we both said that's totally fine. You're in a peak week, don't stress, go back. And if tomorrow is a straight flight, just come over. If not, it's all gonna be okay, but I need to be there tonight. I need to be there, settle down. I need to shave my whole body. I need to cut my hair. Nothing was done. Me and Johnny sit on an airport for at least like 2 hours. They start boarding and then they cancel it. Hour postponed. They start boarding and then cancel it. It was around 8 p.m. and our original flight was supposed to be 3. So we already missed the second flight.
They postponed it for 8:45 here. I'm not flying that, and they're staying in Charlotte, where I'm gonna sleep.
So they start boarding and I finally sit in an airplane. I even bought myself the extra pre-boarding so I can go first because of everything, because I was already tired. I sit down in the airplane and pretty much the captain of the airplane comes and says, I apologize guys, but you need to get out. After us waiting for 6 hours in the airplane, I finally got boarded in, right? And everyone's like, why? What is going on? And the captain said, well, I have a co-captain, I have a crew to fly, but I don't have a crew in the airplane because they are working from 6 a.m. and since every single flight is delayed, they are really tired and they just want to go home. Now, I do understand that part. It was 9 in the evening already, so you're working since 6 a.m., you're really tired. I do get that part. But he also just pretty much kind of screwed a lot of people that were waiting whole day there, also exhausted, also maybe like me, needs to have something really, really important to get. As when we were waiting in that whole process of 6 hours of waiting, I couldn't wait any longer at some point, and I just said, let's just go back to Alex's place, sleep, and then we're gonna try to figure out something in the morning, right? Because at least I'll get some rest, at least get some sleep.
I can literally go now, bro, eat the last meal. Until I come home, I'm eating the last meal, I'm in the bed sleeping. Before 9, and then waking up early morning, we can start carving up and everything, and then is the flight. I mean, everything is packed, so we don't have to stress. You don't even unpack, just leave everything.
So I go to talk with the woman just to ask her, can I get my luggage, because I don't want to stay. Since he was delaying so much, the last delay was 6 to almost 9 p.m. So in that point I said, I just want my luggage. I approached the woman and I didn't even ask anything, and she tells me, I don't want to talk to you, and show me like this. And I was like, well, I didn't even ask you a question. I don't want to hear your questions, she responds me. So I was a little bit confused and thrown off, I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty nervous already, and I was just trying to keep myself calm, not to say anything wrong, because I'm not a bad person, I'm not a rude person, I don't want to get anything out of me, even though, stress is high, etc. So I just asked, can I get my luggage? And she tells me, your luggage is already in the airplane, we can't get it out. If the airplane flies, the luggage is gonna fly with the airplane. Okay, then I need to wait, I need to fly, you know what I mean? And that's why we stayed and to wait for that. But then when they kicked me out of the airplane, I literally face to face the captain, because he was standing in front of me. I asked him, is this flight canceled or is still flying? And he tells me how the things are looking right now, it is canceled. So I walk off the airplane and they tell me right as I was walking, yeah, guys, I apologize. And they talk on the mic, right? This flight is actually gonna be canceled in the end. We apologize for everything, this and that. So I'm like, bro, I waited 6-7 hours in the airport. I already ate all of my meals. It's getting late. I was supposed to be in the bed 8:30. And before that, eat my last meal. I ate all of my meals, so now I'm like, I don't even have anything anymore to eat. At that point, everything was already pretty much crashing down, because I was looking for the flights tomorrow, and there were no direct flights from Tampa. Literally, those 2 days were bad weather. It was some kind of storm in Florida, and all the flights were canceled. There was no direct flights, and even if there was a flight, we wouldn't be on time for my check-ins and for my tanning. So I was already panicking, and I was just like, okay, let's just grab the suitcase, go sleep. I'll figure something in the morning. I just want to be there. And the guy that said the flight is canceled, he tells me the luggage was never even boarded in the airplane. Your luggage was all the time there. So I'm like, so I really waited 7 hours without a reason. But he was wrong, the woman was right, it was in the airplane already. So anyways, long story short, me and Johnny go down, we wait for our luggage. I go to that department where they take care of the luggage and everything. I give them my ticket, I show them the picture of the luggage, they call airplane. So this exact luggage, this color, this and that, he is out of the airplane, can you just send him the carousel? He's like, all cool, it's on the way. It might take a little bit longer because it was in the flight. So until they unpack everything and repark the airplane, whatever, it's gonna take a while. I'm like, it's okay. Like if I waited the whole day, I can wait for my luggage a couple of more hours because everything that I had was in their luggage, my board shorts, my pump-up things, my food that I need to prepare still, everything. I packed everything in the luggage. And of course, my things that I cherish also the most, right? I don't put anything besides the camera and laptop in my backpack. A couple of times I asked, they're like, it's on the way. Now bear in mind, it's already midnight. We came to the airport 3 p.m. Now it's midnight. I ate my last meal 4 hours ago. I'm still not in the bed. I'm exhausted, I'm dirty, I'm sweaty. I was supposed to cut my hair and shave 2 days prior. I didn't because I was in the airport. I started editing video for you guys on the airport, literally, and Johnny goes and tried to ask again, where is our luggage? He's coming back and Johnny just like puts his hand on his forehead and like, oh my God. And I'm like, don't say anything. Just don't say anything. And he's like, your luggage is sent to Charlotte. And I'm like, I knew it. I just knew it. I knew it even before he said that. I knew it was gonna happen because everything went wrong. And when I thought nothing can go even worse, it went worse. And I'm saying it's one day out because it's actually 1 a.m. right now. After everything was already, I was starting to calm down, even though it was a worst nightmare ever in my life. My suitcase went with the other airplane and it landed in a totally different city. I have no suitcase, but in the suitcase, everything for the show is in my suitcase. My board shorts, my pump-up things, my literally everything that I need for a show. So now is the problem that we are finding the flight, but it's landing directly in Charleston, right? And my luggage is in Charlotte, so I will need to re-fly back again to Charlotte, get my luggage, and then go to the show, which there is no flight. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. It's a game over. So in my head, okay, I'm like, okay, I quit. I just figure out how to get my luggage and I'm not gonna compete. We go back home, my luggage is in Charlotte. I don't have anything, I'm in the same clothes. I have nothing to shower, to brush my teeth, to shave, to cut my hair. So thankfully CVS last moment was working and I ordered a razor and a shaving cream. And pretty much 1 a.m. I started shaving my whole body that day because I was like, if we are flying tomorrow, I'm not gonna have time. I don't wanna risk it. I don't wanna, at least that part I can do now. So pretty much I was shaving until like 2, 3 in the morning, finished that. Went to sleep, guys, like 3 in the morning and woke up for check-ins 5 a.m. It's 1 in the morning and I need to wake up 5 a.m. for check-ins with Alex. It is what it is, God's plan.
For most people, what happened yesterday is a part of that worst case scenario. Are this close to a show and cortisol levels are high, and not to mention the craziness of flights getting canceled, the wondering of whether or not you're even going to compete in the show after all of this time is something where honestly it's immeasurable. With those question marks, it was hard to kind of predict what's coming. For example, when he's going to eat certain meals, how we're going to load, the game plan that was originally set that now had to be reworked in order to optimize the whole process. Dorian needs to be 100% version of himself to be in that conversation. We all know his potential, but when life throws these curveballs at you, it's not necessarily the card that might be able to be played on that day. So that day, with all that exhaustion and everything, I did not have more than 2 hours of sleep altogether. On top of that, we were carving up, we were eating a lot of food. So with all that stress, cortisol, and everything, pretty much I was already supposed to wake up pretty watery. But we do our check-ins, guys, and I look really good. One thing that I love about Dorian's look this morning is that he did not seem to be holding that stress. Weighing roughly the same exact weight, if not even less than what he weighed yesterday, with eating more food, higher fat, and also higher cortisol. So it's showing that his body is still being optimized. It's still showing that he's on point. Now today is the day.
This might be redeemed for yesterday, like just a little bit, you know, like.
Somehow I look really good. Alex is confused as well. Alex don't know what to say. I look good. I'm holding I was really stressed, but my body didn't realize, I guess. Now my homework was to find the way how to get there to the show, because we were like, you're still on point. Like, we need to adjust the plan, but you can go. Uber from Tampa to Orlando, which in those hours is 3-hour drive, and which is way more expensive than any flight from pretty much Orlando to Charleston. And then I found the only flight that flies directly from Orlando to Charleston, and it's landing around 4:30. And my tanning appointment and check-ins are 7. From 6 actually, check-ins. So I'm like, okay, I just need to cut my hair when I land, and that's it, because I shaved my body already. Everything was good that day. Everything was going smoothly. I planned it perfectly, redid my food, made the food for a whole day. In the morning, we had IHOP pancakes early morning. We started a refeed. I didn't even show you what I was eating throughout that whole day, but we had close to 1,000 grams of carbs that day, even though we were traveling. So we come there, we come on time, we land on time, and I pretty much straight from the airport rush back home. I cut my own hair, and literally everything last second. I literally showed up for my tanning appointment 2 minutes before my tanning. After all that stress, everything that happened, I didn't tell you right now, probably like 60% of everything, because the video is gonna be too long. I sent pictures to Alex. Yeah, we are holding a little bit of water. He gives me pretty much a shot of espresso and vodka as a diuretic. Let's start to flushing things out. We cut the water as soon as I pretty much came home from the tanning, and I woke up in the morning pretty dry. So in the morning, we actually step on a prejudging. We step on the stage 198 or something, which was by far the highest weight for me, almost 200 pounds on stage. That was a really good. And we still kept on the water like really low. So in the finals, only 3 hours after, I stepped on stage 195. Which was 3.5 pounds lighter in only 3 hours, because we finally started flushing that water from the stress and the airport and everything. So we kind of got a recipe what to do for the next time, which was good. We learned some things, and my best look was obviously in the finals, but prejudging was prejudging, and that's where I already decided who's gonna win, who's not gonna win. But that's irrelevant. I just wanted to say that we made it. We stepped on that stage, and for me, just being there was absolutely the biggest accomplishment that I had recently in my last 10 years, probably, after everything that happened. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, after watching all of those guys and videos on the prep, also pretty much almost quitting the shows just because the food is low and just because they're tired and everything. Like, I will tell you, if anyone, even the pros, if they went what I went through those 2 days, which were by far the 2 worst days of my life. As I said, I didn't say a lot. 99.9% of the people would quit and wouldn't show up on that show. And even if they would, I believe that 90% of the people wouldn't look the way they're supposed to look. And we still step on that stage and we got a 3rd place. By other people is not correct. I was supposed to be 1st or 2nd. It's irrelevant. We step on stage. I'm more than happy. I have no regrets. We still learned out of all of that. It was God's plan, and we still learned out of all of that pretty much for the next show what to do. We learned that we can eat even more, we push even more if we cut the water earlier, and obviously if we don't have so much stress. So we learned a lot, because this was, in the end of the day, guys, this was the best look that I ever brought on the stage, which was crazy after everything. So that's that part of the story, and now definitely need to jump to the show recap fast, because we're already long in this video. I already previously mentioned, we did in the end everything is supposed to be. Alex didn't go with me, so there was also kind of a little bit 5% less, or what we can actually bring even more next time if he's with me all the time. Prejudging, I was pretty happy with my physique, considering that it was early morning, and after those 2 days waking up, as I said, the heaviest that I've been, almost 200, 198.5 was my prejudging weight, which is absolutely crazy considering that in Olympia stage, only 4 months before that, I was 190. So that was 8.5 pound difference on the stage. Definitely fuller, bigger, maybe not as conditioned as I can be, but everything was good. So prejudging, I did a little tweaks and mistakes, nothing much. That's why I was really happy. And honestly, that what happened 2 days prior gave me way more boost and confidence, because I didn't have anything to lose anymore. I lost everything in those last 2 days. My whole nerves, my whole everything, energy, and now it was just like, I'm here. Let's just show what we did in the last 12 weeks, right? So I absolutely enjoyed it. This was a really enjoyable show. I showed my best, did some mistakes. Alex was watching live stream, so he just told me what to adjust a little bit here and there. We ended up somewhere around first 3 place, definitely not first, but 2nd or 3rd in a prejudging, which was confusing for most of the people because most of the people watched the live stream. And even the judges and everything, it was in my group, it was me and a guy that actually won second place. It was supposed to be a battle between me and him, like in everyone's eyes, but they put some third guy in the middle, and that's how it ended up prejudging. But I was feeling, and Alex was feeling also, just because it was kind of weird that they're gonna rejudge. I was just trying to like see the live stream, see the tweaks and mistakes that I did on the stage, immediately put that in my head just to make it better. But also, we didn't have like any cheat meal. The plan was probably have a burgers and fries in between. We didn't. We continued normal carb up with the rice clean and everything, because we were actually counting that they're gonna rejudge, because it was pretty close. It was everything by a point, first 3 places, right? So in the finals, as I already said, we came 3 pounds lighter, only 3 hours after, 3 pounds lighter. And that was by far my best look ever. I was full, I was shredded, I was confident, I was loose. My posing was great on the stage. My stage presence was like, everything was so much better than Olympia already. I remember the mistakes that I did there, and I literally implemented everything opposite on this show. And it paid off in terms of stage presence and a posing and everything. And I was really happy with that part. So I was already happy, even thinking in my head, even if I'm third, I really did a good job. I improved in only 4 months. So that was the most important, right? And unfortunately, kind of, it wasn't rejudged. So we took a third place, guys, which I'm extremely happy with, I'm not gonna lie, but we missed pretty much battling for a pro card by a point. My group was like actually the closest one. They couldn't kind of, they didn't know, they were mixing it up, they really didn't know. Judges, you heard Alex also in a video and show, they didn't know what to do.
Photos between you and the Indian guy, no question.
Bro, everyone. And like waving their heads like they don't know what to do. It was, I swear, you know, that's why I was like, are they still gonna judge? Because this was really weird. Like, it was 3 of us, definitely, but really close.
Everyone could won that day. I believe if I won that day in my group, I will be a pro. In overall, I believe that I will get a pro card. So that's how far we were this time. And that only motivated me to push now even more, because I wasn't planning to do any other shows, but I will tell you in the end of this video what is the next plan. Everyone said we deserve more, doesn't matter. What I was saying from the beginning, I'm someone that thinks logically, not just like with an ego. And I said the main goal is to be top 3. Even though everyone's saying, yeah, you're gonna win this and that, I'm always logical. I know my weaknesses, I know that I need to improve, and I know what improvements I need to be made. But I also know that I have that wow effect, and then I have men's physique and what it takes. So if I come on point 100% in one of the shows that I'm doing, I'm really close for getting that pro card. We do need some size, but I believe that we can get it this year. I talked with the main judge, Sandy, just to give me a feedback. I asked her, she tells me pretty much in these words, you the most conditioned guy of everyone on the stage. Bear in mind, me and Alex risked so much conditioning plus that whole stress and everything, and I was still the most conditioned. So from that first feedback, what I took personally is like we can push way more food actually. Because if I was the most conditioned after all this stress and already pushing the food, that means we can start even earlier carb up, push me even more, risk even more of a conditioning to bring what they actually told me to bring, and that is a little bit more, so chest improved, a little bit more chest fullness, upper chest, and a back depth, which was exactly the same feedback from Olympia. Now, unfortunately, I know my back improved a lot, but I didn't touch my back in the backstage, and that's the only and the biggest mistake that I did on this show. I just can't connect and get that proper mind-muscle connection, and I get a good pump with the bands in the. So pretty much I was just doing the lateral raises, you know, pumping up my shoulders, chest, arms, but didn't touch my back. So now homework is pretty much until the next show to learn how to pump up the back, because we do have a back. And if we bring the upper chest a little bit fuller, which means a little bit more carb, a little bit better carb up, and a little bit better pump up, and a little bit more back thickness, we can get it. So I asked as well, I was pretty much straight in the face. I was like, I was planning to do at least one more show this year, but if you think that I need to take a long off season, I will start right now and make improvements and come next year. She pretty much asked me where do I live after that, and I said Los Angeles, and I had already planned show in my mind, and that was Anaheim, July 26th, because I live in LA and it's an only hour drive, so no stress, nothing. That's the closest ever show for me personally to try and to go get a pro card. So that was already in my head. So what she tells me, I will be the judge in Anaheim. You definitely still shouldn't take a long off season. You should come there. I got everything that I pretty much wanted from that. She said one of the best posing and a stage presence was perfect. She was pretty much telling me, you are men's physique. Only thing for me is she was showing me that I'm a little bit on the smaller side, which everyone already knows. Even though I was 200 pounds on the stage, those guys were still bigger guys. I'm not a small guy. If you see me in person, I'm 6 foot tall, 200 pounds on the stage. I'm not small anymore. But when it comes to national shows and pro divisions, they're way bigger. I still need, like, I would say my weight cap is 209 on a pro level. So with this off season that we're gonna do after we're done with this season, I will try to aim to be around that 209, and then I should be undeniable. That's the plan. So pretty much really good feedback. Everything was great. That was already planned. That show is gonna happen, guys. That is pretty much when you watch this, like 9 to 10 weeks from now. Here is another news for you guys. 90% is that we're gonna be doing also a New Jersey show, Universe. So for now, the plan is we have 2 shows for this year, and that's gonna be my last 2 shows for this season. Hopefully we can get a pro card out of that. Alex wants me to do, since I want to do Anaheim, and since I'm staying in America, he wants me to also jump and try it on New Jersey. I honestly kind of am not sure yet. We are currently 7 weeks out when you watch this video, and Alex already gave me a full plan to be back on prep, but I'm mentally still kind of really drained and confused, and I'm giving myself this week not to eat dirty. I didn't eat a lot at all. I'm still on my point, but I don't want to stress and count immediately and be on a structured meal plan right after. So this week, I'm pretty much just eating flexible, but still eating pretty healthy and enjoying myself. And once my brain and everything comes back to the senses, I will make a final decision. Am I going to compete in New Jersey? Because it's also, again, flying and it's pretty far away, etc. Or am I just going to focus on Anaheim? For now, it is planned to do New Jersey, and it is planned to do Anaheim, both shows. Both of those shows, guys, first 2 in the group are winning the shows. So far, all the shows that I did was only overall winners, which is extremely, extremely difficult to get a pro card in that way. So here we have a higher chances to be even second in the group and take that pro card and then take a long, enjoyable off season. That's a real goal this year. Even if it doesn't happen, we're still gonna have an off season, so it pretty much doesn't matter, but it will be way more enjoyable if we actually get it. The plan is written down. I already have everything written, my cardio, my workouts, my food. And with that said, episodes Pursuing the Undeniable are not done, guys. They are actually continuing until we get that pro card. So we do still have 2 shows. After this video, you're probably gonna start watching again Pursuing the Undeniable, being 6 weeks out, 7 weeks out, and then we have another show. So enough time, in my opinion, to make any improvements. Food is already really high. What Alex brought me, we are around 4,000 calories. I'm still not eating, as I already said, but I will be starting in like 2-3 days. So the journey, guys, continues. That's all for this video. I hope I didn't talk too much. I probably did, but I just wanted to give you an update and everything that happened, because the amount of support that you showed me when I was posting those stories on Instagram and all of that was happening, and then even after the show, taking that 3rd place was absolutely overwhelming, and I needed to do this video, guys, for you. We are so close, battling those circumstances and going through adversity and everything and still stepping on stage. I truly believed that I have what it takes in that moment when I was on the stage. So now I'm motivated more than ever, even though it wasn't planned to run any more shows. We ended up having 2 more shows. Maybe in the end, I'm not even gonna get that pro card. Maybe I'm gonna lose whole summer just on prep. But I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be able to sleep if I don't give it a try, and we were so close this time to a pro card. 2 more attempts on the way this year. God's plan. That's gonna be it for this video. We are going back to work, guys, back to prep, back to normal workouts, back to normal YouTube video routine. Also, that makes me happy because I can still upload so many videos for you guys and everything. So I love you guys, I appreciate you all, and I see you very soon on the next episode of Pursuing the Undeniable. Peace out.